Hi, no, Michael. Okay, so I've started the recording. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about democratizing AL with Power Automate Desktop. So today we're having a nice session on Microsoft Power BI, Power Platform. Our guest speaker is going to be Japhlet, and he's going to talk to us about democratizing AL with Power Automate Desktop. So Power Automate Desktop is part of the Power Platform universe. So the Power BI community is being sponsored by Enterprise DNA and is powered by UrBizEdge. Enterprise DNA is a data firm which their main goal is to empower power users and Power BI users to change the world. So you can log into Enterprise DNA. They have a lot of content about Power BI, and you can learn more about Power BI. Again, the Power BI learning community is being powered by UrBizEdge, and UrBizEdge is a registered Microsoft and Excel consulting, financial modeling, business intelligence, data analyst, and enterprise solution firm in Nigeria. We offer trainings, and this the training upcoming training calendar. The guest speaker is Japhlet, and Japhlet is the CEO and is also a developer advocate. He programs in C Sharp, and it's also he also builds AI solution with Microsoft Azure. He's passionate about about empowerment. He speaks at events on topics related to AI, local development, cloud computing, and other soft skills. He's also a strong believer that everybody, when given access to the right tools and opportunity, can build and innovate mind-blowing solutions to change the world. He's also, again, the student relation lead for the Azure Nigeria users community and also the co-lead for the Power Platform user group in Edo State. So we'll just have to wait a while for our guest speaker. Hello, Japhlet. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you?
Okay, great.
You can share your screen.
Okay,
Hello.
I'll do that now.
Okay.
Give me 1 minute. Can you see my screen now?
Um. Yes, I can see your screen right now.
Okay,
Okay.
great. I think I'm trying to. Can you still see it?
No, your screen went off.
Wait, let me try. I guess you should be able to see it now, right?
Yes, I can see it now. I can see it now.
Great. I was trying to turn on my camera so everybody could see me. Okay, let me know when I can start, please.
Yeah, you can start. You can start.
Okay, great. Hello, everybody. Good evening. I'm
Good.
Japhlet Nwamu. I am a computer scientist. I talk about Microsoft's Power Platform and the amazing things you could do with Microsoft's Power Platform. I also love talking about artificial intelligence. I basically bringing this together is what we call advocacy, talking about these two technologies. So I'm more of a developer advocate working on Microsoft technologies. And I get to work with teams across the world to empower people, focusing on Microsoft's mission, which is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. Now, in this session, I'll be walking you through artificial intelligence. First, we'll get to talk about what artificial intelligence is, and then we'll take some time to talk about what it means to democratize AI, what it means to democratize AI both for Microsoft and how Microsoft gets to make AI democratized. Then we'll talk about Microsoft's cognitive service, and then we'll head over to talk about Microsoft's Power Automate desktop. We'll get to build a simple, easy application or flow with Microsoft's Power Automate desktop at the end of this. Now let's get started with artificial intelligence. When people get to hear about artificial intelligence, lots of things comes to their mind. People think of robots, people think of machines that would kill people, and all of those scary thoughts upstairs. But realistically, artificial intelligence is the ability of machines to mimic different actions by humans. For humans, we can do different things. For example, I'm speaking for somebody else who is on this call. They can hear me and we can interact with each other either through the chat or through any other feature that is on the Microsoft Teams application. So what artificial intelligence enables machines to do is to try to behave like these different characteristics that for us we use to categorize a human as being intelligent or not. Now in this session, we're focusing on 4 key areas, or I would like to talk about 4 out of the tons of applications of artificial intelligence. So the first application is computer vision, and computer vision has to do with the sense of sight. So how do machines see the things that you see, just the way humans can see, and then when they see, they are able to either store what they have seen, or they are either able to write it out or read it out. That is the same way computer vision enables machines to see things and then use them for whatever processes you want them to carry out. Another a common example under computer vision is the optical character recognition, where it could be things in pictures, it could be things anywhere, and then what the machine or what the software would do is to get the details in that specific picture and give them to you in text. And then we'll have robotics, a very popular one, which a lot of us are conversant with, robots, that does a lot of these things together. So a robot could be in the manufacturing industry, could be carrying out different activities, could be a composition of speech, image recognition. It could also be a combination of facial recognition, that's recognizing a person's face and then carrying out whatever activity needs to be carried out. And then we'll have image recognition. So for image recognition, recognizing the details in a specific image. It could be an object in an image, or it could be the image itself telling you what the content of that image is. And then for speech, for humans, we can speak. And so with speech recognition, the machines can hear, and once they have heard, they are able to understand what has been spoken and then give the needed results depending on the solution, depending on the AI software that you would need to build. Now, when we talk about artificial intelligence, people get scared because not just for the fact that they have these random weird thoughts of artificial intelligence, but then they think of tons and tons of lines of code, and so there's this need for organizations, especially organizations like Microsoft, whose mission or which mission is to empower people to try as much as possible to make technologies like this democratized. Microsoft as an organization, it's for empowerment. When working through its mission, it always states that it's to empower people. It means giving them access. When given access to the right tools, they can build solutions. But how do people have access to these right tools if they don't know how to use it? If they don't have not learned about these tools. And so when it comes to democratizing artificial intelligence, it means trying as much as possible to make artificial intelligence accessible to every single person on the planet, no matter where they are, no matter what tribe, no matter their skin color, no matter what skill sets they have, they should be able to access artificial intelligence. But then you might begin to think, why do we need to democratize AI? Why do we need to make it accessible to everyone? Well, even if you might be thinking of some negative aspects of this, there are also positive aspects. First is that it reduces the entry barrier. Now, before, in the past, before someone could build an AI solution or start experimenting with artificial intelligence, he or she has to go through the hurdles of learning a programming language, learning its syntax, learning how to build a model, and all the other things that goes in between. But right now, it's easy to build and deploy AI solutions, making use of drag and drops, thereby giving individuals and organizations the ability to do those things without having to go through those long processes, make it's easy for them to build solutions faster. And then for organizations, especially for organizations who are trying to reduce the cost that they come across on building these AI solutions, especially when it comes to hiring technical support, hiring engineers to build these AI solutions, they get to save tons and tons of money. Finally, and I think is the most important, when AI is accessible to everybody, you find out that there are diverse and more innovative solutions coming up. I, for example, think of an idea or something, or a particular problem, and then I have this solution to this particular problem I am facing, which definitely there might be 100 or even 1,000 other persons in the world who are facing it. But AI is accessible to me. Instead of having to go and learn programming language, learn how to download, how to make use of an ID and all of that, I can build this AI solution, easily, quickly, and deploy it. And then it doesn't just become accessible, or it doesn't just become useful to myself alone. You find out that there are thousands or even millions of persons who get to use it. So there are more innovative solutions that are out there in the markets. Well, these are just 3 key areas that is the reason why, for me, I feel it is important for us to make artificial intelligence accessible to people. So Microsoft has what we call the Microsoft Cognitive Services. It is hosted on Microsoft's Azure, which is its cloud service, and it enables people build their AI solutions, whether it has to do with your ML models or it has to do with your computer vision services. You can do all of this without having to write code. There are tons of things you can do with the Cognitive Service API. And as I mentioned earlier, while talking about what artificial intelligence is, I mentioned that it's giving machines the ability to mimic human activities, the way humans behave. And so Cognitive Services API does the same thing, but this time you don't have to go through the traditional programming method. So first, to have the speech, and the speech API gives you access to program your solutions, to create, your speech recognition softwares you could convert stuff, some text to speech or speech to text and all of that. Then you have your language APIs, you have your knowledge APIs, your search APIs, and you have your vision APIs. Now, for this session, we're going to be making use of the vision APIs, which deals majorly with optical character recognition, or we'll be using optical character recognition as the basis for this. And then we'll have machine learning, which is also an aspect of artificial intelligence. Now, something else to note is Microsoft also has Microsoft's Power Platform, which is another Microsoft's local development tool. And for those of us on this call, you might already be conversant with the 4 different parts of Microsoft's Power Platform. Microsoft Power Automate, which is the automation part of Power Platform. You have Powerhouse, which enables us to build enterprise applications. And then you have Power BI, which enables us, to have visualizations, analyze data, and get meaningful insights from it. But in between, we have the AI Builder, we have our data connectors, and we have our custom data service. Now, I'm going to walk you through a demo utilizing one of Microsoft's tools, which is Power Automate Desktop. So I'm going to come here. And so just before I get started, I think there are a few persons on the call already. So at any point in time, if you have questions, I don't know if there are any questions related to what I have just mentioned.
No, there are no questions at the moment.
Okay, so I guess we'll be taking on questions at the end, right? Because I can see some. Okay. I thought there were questions in the chat. Okay, great. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reshare my screen again. And I am going to open up Power Automate Desktop. But just before I bring up Power Automate Desktop, I'd like to talk a little bit about, while I bring it up, I'll talk a little bit about Power Automate Desktop. I mentioned earlier that Power Automate is Microsoft's automation tool. And so this is Microsoft's Power Automate Desktop. Just when we were trying to get used to Power Automate, trying to get used to the amazing abilities, the amazing things that you could do with Power Automate, Microsoft decided to bring this aboard for those who would like to work on desktop processes. So there are processes within your computer that you want to automate. For example, for me, I might need to want to automatically open Excel or update something on my Excel sheet. Instead of having to go back to my search bar and then search for Excel, open it up, start switching the columns or rows that I need to edit, it's very easy for me to do that. So what I'm going to do is open up my Power Automate Desktop, and then I am going to create a new flow, and I'm going to give it a name. So if you are coming here for the first time, you'll be prompted to sign in. And once you have signed in with your details, it takes you to a page with all of your flows. I'm using a separate account just to ensure that if you are joining for the first time, you have access to all of this. Now it's going to open up. It has opened up in a new window. The specific flow I have created, a specific flow I have created for this. If you notice, there are tons of things you could do with Power Automate Desktop. For example, you could decide to work with your loops just in case you need something to go, work multiple times. But then take note of automations within your browser. So for example, you want to launch a new Microsoft Edge instance on your browser. All you have to do is just drag this over here and drop it and all of that. Then you need to close your browser, probably launch your browser, then create a new tab, figure out whatever you want to use that new tab for, and then close it. So what happens is you don't have to do that yourself. It's a process that you have to spend tons of time to do, but now you just need to automate it. Or like I mentioned earlier, you need to work with something on Excel that you have to do. You always have to repeat, and you need to figure a way to work around it so you don't have to do it multiple times, so you can save tons of time while focusing on other stuffs. You could work around it with Excel. And then you have your databases, can work with your databases, can work with your email addresses, and there are just tons of amazing things you can do with this. You have your optical character recognition, which can also enable you extract text. But what we're going to be working on is Microsoft Cognitive Service. And with Microsoft Cognitive Service, we're going to be working with Computer Vision API, which is also part of Microsoft Cognitive Service API. And we're going to be working with the optical character recognition. So I'll push this up here. So what I'm going to do is, because I am creating a Microsoft Cognitive, I'm creating this under Microsoft Cognitive Service, I would have to first create my portal and create my Azure portal and create a Microsoft Cognitive Service resource group. Now, if I come over here, I can also, if I'm doing something related to optical character recognition, I can just come here and use this to extract text with optical character recognition. But I want it to also run in the cloud. So now, here's a brief story into what we're going to be working on. I usually have tons and tons of documents. So how do I make use of optical character recognition to work around this? So I'm first going to create a resource group. And I'm going to come here and search for, cognitive services, not. So I'm going to go like this again. And you notice here that we'll have a cognitive service. So I'll just click and create. And so I already have a subscription. I am just going to create a new resource group. And name it great. So I'm going to make use of WestUS and pricing tier, it's standard SO. Check this box, and then I'll review and create.
So someone's asking the cognitive service, is it free?
Sorry?
Is it free? Is it free?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Like the cognitive service.
Okay, so
for Microsoft and 360.
Microsoft Cognitive Service, depending on what solution you're trying to build, you can do work around these you can make use of the free service, again, depending on what you intend to build. If it's something that will be used by as an organization, and as an organization, tons of people would be using it, then you wouldn't need to make use of the free service. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, that's not the question.
Okay, so I'll just create this. And I'll wait subtype to get this done. Great. So resource group. So I'll head over to the resource group. And head over to get by subscription key. Where are you? Okay, great. Here you are. So I'll copy this subscription key and we'll head over to, that's a very important key. So web squares paste by subscription key. Okay, so I'm going to delete this. Everybody is not supposed to see this. The next thing I'll do is, so here image will be provided from a file which I'm going to upload. So I'm going to go online next and I'm going to download the document. So let's search for a document. Let's look for something that is legible.
So what do you mean by eligible?
Something that is visible enough that can be read.
All right. Okay. So what if like an invoice? Would that be?
Great. So that would be an easy one. Let's try that out. Let's hope it's legible enough. I think this is easy.
Yeah. This. Yeah.
It looks a little bit blurry from my end. Okay, so I think we'll have to go back to the first one. Okay, so let's try this and see if it's legible enough. So I'll just save this and then we'll head over here. And okay, so let's leave this. Language can leave this, can leave this. And let's see. Sorry, I didn't upload that file. Okay, great. So save this. And then let's run. Okay, so now let's add one more feature. Let's bring this up. So this time, so let's do this first before we bring the other up. So it runs and then it gives us the required result of this, of whatever is in that specific image. So that's one way you could automate a very simple optical character recognition system. Now, another way you could work around this is you could also, so I'll take that out and also try this. So I'll show you this. Again, remember we had to connect to our portal. So you need to create your portal, create your keys, and then once you have access to your keys, it's easy for you to go on from there. Now, you could also make use of more of like remember we said you don't have to build all of these things from scratch. So there is what we call an heuristic engine. So Microsoft has already created a heuristic engine. And what that enables you do is it enables you get whatever details is in a specific image, it gets it out for you. So this is the specific section where I get over to pick that specific engine. The source is in an image on my computer. Just the same way I uploaded the other one, I can also head over to upload that image and then all of the specific source.
Hello. I think we lost him.
I agree.
But so far, any so in case you're not catching up, we have a YouTube channel where all videos will be uploaded. So on the YouTube channel, you can just search for our name, UrBizEdge. The speaker is not around. There are questions, but I'm not really an expert on when it comes to Microsoft Connery service. But it seems someone is answering the question at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those very cool first types of automation I came across, even by Faraz. I think there's a question.
Yeah,
Has
there's a
a
question. Someone had a question, but the speaker is not around, but Faraz seems to have answered it.
okay.
Okay, I don't know. Should we stay wait for the speaker?
Okay. Was it like his
Trying to,
network just went off, right?
I tried calling him, but it seems like it's not. Message was not going through. Okay, take his phone is back on. I think
Okay.
his battery died.
Connect with him.
Okay, so he's saying his internet is very bad today. He's finding it out to log back in.
Okay. Maybe we if people have contribution or things to say, or we just wrap it up here then. Anyone has anything to share, suggestion, idea, contribution? Well, that's true. We can, if you want to say something, I think we can just make everybody a presenter. I think I know everyone. They are not new. Rihanna joins us regularly. Um, the other two, the names doesn't look like the kind of people that gives us issues. So I think we can just, so if anybody wants to say anything, they can. I think we have just about 7 more minutes. So
8 minutes. Okay, so the speaker has told me that he told me it's going to pre-record it. It's going to pre-record it and send it the video. So we're going to post the video on YouTube.
okay. So I guess if no other things, we could maybe just end it here then. What do you think?
Yeah, we can leave it here. Then okay. Oh, then okay, so we can leave it here.
Okay, all right. So thank you to everyone, and thanks for staying this long, and thanks for us for the contributions and everything else I've said.
No problem.
Yes.
Just starting to unmute myself.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
I don't know if there is anything you want to say. I know this is your zone. This is your own core area. So maybe there are some things you want to share to be nice to hear.
Yeah, no, the question was like the person he wanted to do the automation, and yeah, that could be possible. You can create the loop, and I would suggest the person to create the subflows that can really seal the deal easily. Hi, Michael.
Yeah. I just have to quickly turn on my lights and see if I can show my face before the end. So,
Yeah.
okay, then. I think
On my face.
cool.
Hi.
Cool, yeah. To reconnect. Okay, so maybe I will just say bye bye to everyone at this point and bring the session to an end.
maybe
Thank you all.
if maybe Fahad could come and present.
You said?
Maybe if Fahad could, if would be interested in presenting.
He owes us a presentation. We are hoping to host you. I don't think you've come to speak to us at this part of the world yet. You've been in some of our sessions, but we've not had the privilege to have